Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, home of the Nashua Silver Knights. It is a shimmering hot Sunday night in early July. In fact, it is July 2 as we bring this to you, including live on NashuaETV. Welcome, everybody. I'm John Collins, soon to be joined by Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. Brilliant sunshine to greet these two teams. The Silver Knights will be hosting the Bristol Blues this evening. They just played the Blues on June 28th, and the Silver Knights fell at Muzzy Field in Bristol by a score of 5-2. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Silver Knights is Mike Curtis, a 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Wilmington, Massachusetts. He pitches for Assumption College. Mike's got a pretty good record going so far this season. He's got an ERA under 3 runs allowed per game, 2.94 to be exact. He has started 4 games, thrown a total of 18 innings, given up 18 hits in those 18 innings. The only bugaboo for Mike Curtis, despite that 2.94 ERA, he's actually walked more batters than he has struck out. He's got 11 walks in the 18 innings to 10 strikeouts. So he'll have to work on that tonight against this Bristol Blues lineup. The Silver Knights enter tonight's game with a record of 11-11. They're in the middle of the pack in the FCBL East standings, behind Brockton, and even Martha's Vineyard has an 11-14 record. Actually, Martha's Vineyard statistically should be behind Nashua, as the Silver Knights have a .500 win percentage right now in 22 games played. In the West, where Bristol resides, they are also in second place. They have a record of 13-12, so just over 500. The Silver Knights are playing to get above 500 with hopefully a win here this evening. It's a 5:10 p.m. start. Bright sunshine. It was one of those days in southern New Hampshire where you could see the heat shimmering off the pavement. It was that hot today and continues to be. It was a day in which the Red Sox played up in the cool confines of the Toronto Sky Dome and put up something like 15 runs, led by Mookie Betts with 8 runs batted in. And the reason I bring that up is it's that time of the year where the hitters start to get hot. We'll see if that happens. Silver Knights batting .265 as a team, and Bristol .258. The leadoff batter for the Blues is Max Gioni, and Gioni is ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike, as Curtis throws another strike, and this one is pulled high and deep foul. It's top of a pine tree down there behind the kids' castle and the kids' play area at Holman Stadium. Congratulations to the 5 Silver Knights drafted in the recent 2017 Major League Baseball draft. Curtis hits the inside corner. He freezes Gioni, and it is a strikeout looking to begin the ball game. Chris Davis. He's got quite the baseball name, playing center field for the Bristol Blues. From Avon, Connecticut, and plays his ball for Princeton. And Curtis unwinds. It's a 2-hopper, fielded by Cam Cook nicely, cleanly up with it. Cross the diamond to Ryan Sullivan. 2 up, 2 down for Mike Curtis here in the top half of the first.
Now batting from Sacred Heart University.
Hot corner play there by Cam Cook, and he was solid on the short-hop pickup. So the 3-hitter for Bristol is Jake Frasca. He plays shortstop for the Blues. Three right-handed hitters to face the right-handed throwing Mike Curtis to begin the ball game for Bristol. Frasca hitting .267 through 22 games, fouls it straight back to the screen. He's had 90 at-bats and 24 hits, including 5 home runs for Jake Frasca. So that's a pretty good pace there. He hits a home run about once every 10 times up, 9 times up. No, make that that's closer to 20 times up, but pretty good at this level. That's a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Was impressed with Al St. Louis and the singing of the national anthem before tonight's game. Of course, the 4th of July holiday looming here on July 2nd. Look out, curveball goes up over the head of Frasca. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a little bit of a delay between the microphone and the public address system here. So St. Louis, Al was not thrown off at all by that. And I suppose that comes with the experience of singing many, many national anthems. But he was able to keep pace, and also had the spectacular Star Spangled Banner themed shirt to go with it. The 3-2 pitch, it's hit very high up the elevator shaft. Cam Cook, now he moves to his left a lot, and he caught it one-handed. Ended up being the shortstop's ball there, but Cook had it all the way, I guess. 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the first inning. And the Silver Knights ready to come to bat for the first time. To the bottom of the first inning we go. The Silver Knights will be sending to the plate Ted Williams, Kyle Bonicki, and Harry Roberson. Mike Curtis setting down the Bristol Blues in order in the top half of the first inning. As we play on a July 2, a Sunday evening ball game. Pretty good crowd on hand for a 5 o'clock start. Some more people most likely on the way. Williams takes a ball and a strike. That one at 88 on the radar gun from Malachi Edmond. Malachi Edmond is the starting pitcher for the Bristol Blues. Throws a fastball over the outer edge at 86. He's got a fairly high ERA at 5.59 runs allowed per 9 innings. Strike 2. I believe that the scoreboard had the first pitch of the game, or first pitch to Williams a strike, so it must have been a ball. The pitch. Broken bat, ground ball, slowly hit left side. With it is the third baseman in time. Garrett Blaylock got it over to Cooper Mrauka just in time. The emphatic out call by the first base umpire. And Williams nearly beat that out. That's one of those plays where if we did have video replay in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, they probably would have taken another look. But not much of an argument there. The Bristol Blues have those Los Angeles Dodgers themed uniforms. For at first glance, you would think it said Los Angeles or Dodgers across the chest, but it is Bristol. Swung on and missed. Kyle Bonicki, the shortstop for the Silver Knights, hitting with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Off the end of the bat, fouled back. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Entering the game, Kyle Bonicki with a .278 batting average. Skips one up the middle, off the wrist of the shortstop and into center field. That'll be a scorer's decision. A makeable play there for the shortstop, but a difficult one. Jake Frasca had a chance at it. So with 1 out, the discussion going on about whether to award a hit to Kyle Bonicki in that instance. And one of the eyewitnesses up here believes it hit the pitcher's glove. I don't believe that's true, but it's a hometown scorer and it's a hit for Kyle Bonicki. So we'll go with it. It's one of those that could have went either way. And the hometown decision is for a base hit, the first of the game. That's a Fastball at 85, low and away from Malachi Edmund. Edmund with a 17 innings total pitched. He's got 16 strikeouts in those 17 innings and 10 walks. There goes the runner, and it's fouled off to the right, so Bonicki will have to come back. Harry Roberson liked what he saw there on the 1-1 and took a swing at it. Roberson has played just the 3 games since joining the Silver Knights. He's had 12 at-bats and 3 hits. 2 of them have been doubles. Fouls that one off to the right. Got the barrel on it, but late as it ends up in the pine trees and then bounces back onto the playing surface. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch to Roberson again. There goes the runner again. A ground ball through the vacated right side. Great hit and run. However, intentional or unintentional it might have been. It looked like that Bonicki was stealing on his own. With 2 strikes, you can't assume that the batter's going to get a pitch to hit. But it was nicely done. Going the other way, Roberson gets a second hit of the game for the Silver Knights, and all the way to third goes Bonicki. With 1 out, an RBI opportunity for Ryan Sullivan. The big first baseman for the Silver Knights enters the game batting .284 through 20 games played. He's 19 for 67 with 4 homers and 8 doubles. One of those homers we saw here in the game that we did where he hit it a mile to straightaway left. Let's see, just foul went off to the right on a first pitch fastball, about belt high away. Fly ball to the outfield, could plate a run here with 1 out. Throw to first base, that's a move that's been outlawed in Major League Baseball, but apparently you can still do it here at the FCBL level. Although I don't know, they usually match the Major League rule changes, and I think B.J. Neverett was questioning that to the umpire. Whether in fact it was a violation of the rule change. 1-1 pitch, curveball stays up, and it's might have been a slider at 79 or a cut fastball. Had some kind of movement, but not enough to get it down into the strike zone to Ryan Sullivan, who is sitting ahead in the count here at 2-1. Pitch on the way, drill to center, base hit, will score 1. Hustling over there, Chris Davis cuts it off. Roberson stops at second. Kyle Bonicki scores the first run of the ball game on an RBI single by Ryan Sullivan. He did not miss his 2-1 fastball.
Now batting from Assumption College, catcher number 23,
Andrew Janig, the Silver Knights catcher, batting for the first time in this game here. Bottom of the first inning. 3 straight singles for the Silver Knights after Ted Williams was barely retired on a very close play on a ground out to the third baseman. So it's been a bit of a struggle here in the opening frame for Bristol starting pitcher Mike Curtis. Janig enters the contest batting .259, 15 for 58 with 3 doubles. First pitch swinging, skies it down the right field line. This is trouble. Right fielder lost it in the sun momentarily. It falls in for a base hit. 1 run is in. Having to hold up to see if it would be caught. Roberson jogs into second base. Sullivan jogs into second base. Roberson scored from second base. You could see the right fielder, Ben Maycock, put his glove up in front of his face at one point, and that hesitation to sprint hard to the foul line cost him a chance to catch that ball. It fell well inside the foul line for a single for Janig. That's one where if there's nobody on, Janig gets an easy double, but Sullivan had a hold up to see if it might be caught. First pitch swinging, Cam Cook fouls it straight back to the screen. So it's 4 straight singles for the Silver Knights in the first inning and 2 runs in with still only the 1 out. Cam Cook's hitting .387 on the season, batting in that 6th spot tonight. Down in the count here, 0-2. Cook is 29 for 75. Has a triple and a couple of doubles in that. Takes it low. Nice block in the dirt by Josh Zabierski, the catcher for Bristol. Did not allow the batters to move over in scoring position. 1 out. Choking way up on the bat is Cam Cook. And he chased that one. So it's a strikeout to record the 2nd out of the first inning. And here comes Luke Tyree, the number 7 uniform wearer, number 7 batter in the batting order. Two outs, runners at first and second for the Silver Knights. Inning number 1 of 9 innings scheduled here in a 5:10 p.m. start at Holman. Ground ball sharply struck right side, finds its way through. They'll wave home the runner Sullivan. There will be no play at the plate. 3-0 the Silver Knights lead it as Janig makes his way over to third base. RBI single for Luke Tyree. 5th hit of the first inning for the Silver Knights. Anthony Maduri, the 8-hitter and right fielder, getting a chance here in the first inning. Maduri enters the batter's box with a batting average of .264 through 14 games. He does have a home run as well among 14 hits in 53 at-bats. Two outs, 0-1 count on Maduri as he swings at a ball in the dirt. 0-2 is the count. Tough first inning for Mike Curtis. 5 hits and 3 runs allowed. Runners on the corners with 2 out. Mike Curtis, pitcher for Assumption College, making his 5th start. Excuse me, this is Mike Curtis is the Silver Knights pitcher. Malachi Edmond, tough inning for him. Malachi Edmond led up to 5 hits. He gets the strikeout though to end the inning. So he ends it on a positive note. Apologies to Mike Curtis. He's doing fine for the Silver Knights, making his 5th start of the season. So a ground out to begin the inning and then 4 straight singles, a strikeout, another single, and 3 runs scored for the Silver Knights. So the bats are hot on a hot night at Holman. To the top of the 2nd inning we go. So Mike Curtis back out there after about a 20-minute inning for the Silver Knights. Maybe closer to 15 minutes. The game started at 5:10. It's now 5:30. So good offensive display by the Silver Knights in the bottom of the first. Gives Mike Curtis a 3-0 lead to work with. And the right fielder, Ben Maycock, the 4-hitter cleanup for Bristol, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Ben Maycock, a BH, a big human. He's 6'4", 245 pounds, and exudes power as he steps into the left-handed batter's box. Let's check. Off the end of the bat, might be a broken bat. Long throw for Banicki, not going to get Maycock. He got down the line pretty good. Beats out an infield hit. First hit of the game for Bristol, first base runner. Leadoff batter aboard in the 2nd inning. Just poked the outside pitch and might have cracked the bat, but forced Kyle Banicki out into the outfield grass, and the throw came up short as Maycock showed off that outfielder speed. He is the right fielder for Bristol. And he entered the game. Let's see, they have him here. Yeah, he was batting .288, 3 home runs on the season, Maycock, before he beat out that infield hit. Garrett Blaylock, the third baseman, also a left-handed batter. He's a .357 hitter through 8 games. He does have a home run in 28 at-bats and 10 hits. Facing the right-hander Mike Curtis. Got through the first inning, 1, 2, 3. And he wastes one there. 2 balls and no strikes. Mentioned that Maycock got down to first base on the infield hit with surprising speed. Let's see if he has any stolen bases. He's got 2, and he's been caught once. That pitch misses low and away, and it's a 3-0 count now to Garrett Blaylock. Down by 3 early in the game. You would imagine he'd be taking all the way here to see if he can get on and make it first and second. That appeared to catch all quadrants of the plate right down the middle from Mike Curtis. And a 3-1 pitch forthcoming to Garrett Blaylock. He was from Asheville, North Carolina. Rips it toward the right center field gap, closing fast, and nice try, but Maduri goes off his glove, and it's going to be a double, second and third. Well struck ball off the bat of Blaylock, and a great try and right by Anthony Maduri. It hit his glove on a full-out dive, but turns into a double with nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position for Bristol here in the top half of the second inning. Top half of the second, and shadows not yet a factor, but they will become so as the game goes along with our 5:10 p.m. start. So Curtis in a jam here in the second. And misses high with the fastball. The batter is Cooper Marauka, the first baseman. Also a big guy. He is 6'4" and 210. He's from Cheshire, Connecticut. Plays ball for UMass. That stands him up a little bit, and the ump calls it high. It looked like it was on the corner, but it was up. 2 balls and no strikes. Marauka batting just .177 on the season through 19 games. Big swing and a miss there on the 2-0. Looked like it might have been at the top of the zone or just a little above. And he swung right through it. Marauka has a chance to cut the deficit to 1 run with a single here. The outfield plays him deep and straight away at all positions. The 2-1 pitch on the way from Mike Curtis to Marauka, and he hammers it to center. It's going to hang up there. It's caught on the line. Here's the throw, and they're going to hold the runner. What a play in center field by Luke Tyree. Ball was hit just too well by Marauka, and he has nothing to show for it. Score that one L8 in the scorebook for line out to the center fielder. And Tyree got rid of it like a second baseman on the pivot. And apparently the Bristol coaching staff did not want to take the chance with Big Ben Maycock at third base that he could beat out that throw. It looks like he would have been out. It was a perfect throw right over the mound. Got the hop and everything. So it was probably a good decision by the Bristol third base coach to hold Maycock and give Brandon Grover, the left-handed hitting DH, a chance to drive home the runs. Rips it foul down the right field line into the Silver Knights bullpen seating area. And it's 0-2 on the Blues DH. Pressure's on Grover here now, down in the count. 2 runners in scoring position, still less than 2 out, but Curtis has a chance here to wiggle out of a jam. Softly to the shortstops, off the chest. Now the runner's going to come home, and they get him at first. Unbeknownst to Banicki, if he had thrown it home right when he picked it up, he had a chance to get Maycock, who got a terrible jump at third. He was not going on first contact, but Banicki wanted to make sure with a 3-run lead, that was the wise decision not to get distracted by the runner going home. 3-1 is the score, and infield a ground ball RBI ground out by Grover, who was battling with 2 strikes on him. So not a bad play for Grover, not a bad play by Banicki to knock it down and still get the out. Moving up to third base was Blaylock. First run of the game in for the Blues. 2 outs now in the inning. The line drive to center and the ground out to shortstop. The catcher, Josh Zabierski, big swing and a miss there. It's a 1-1 count. He got a fastball. Probably was looking for a fastball. Problem was it was way high and couldn't get on top of it. 1 run on 2 hits for the Blues, 3 runs on 5 hits for the Silver Knights. Curveball catches the inside corner right through the front door for Mike Curtis, and he's 1 strike away from getting out of this jam with just the 1 run allowed. Zabierski entering the game batting just 100, 4 for 40 through 11 games. Slowly hit a roller to the shortstop. Banicki gloves it, perfect throw, gets him. The Blues leave a runner at third base. They do score 1 after the top half of the second inning. The score, Silver Knights 3, the Blues 1. You're watching NashuaETV live on a Sunday, July 2, 2017. Welcome all. We'll have the Silver Knights coming to bat in the bottom of the second.
Time for the Frost t-shirt contest. Leading off for the Silver Knights from St. John's University, left fielder number 22, Aiden McDermott.
Aiden McDermott gets leadoff duty for the Silver Knights. He's the 9 hitter in the order, batting first here in the second inning. That's because the Silver Knights sent 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first. 5 of them got base hits, and they scored 3 runs. First pitch swinging, it skies it to center. Chris Davis makes the play about 340 feet away. A long fly ball out by McDermott. Starting pitcher for the Blues, Malachi Edmond, has one of those names that if you're filling out a form that says last name first, first name last, you might think he got it backwards, because you would think Edmund Malachi would be a natural first and last names, but his name is Malachi Edmond, and probably had to deal with that a lot. There's a 1-hop line drive single to center. Ted Williams, who grounds it out to the third baseman his first time up, hits it up the middle for a single with 1 out here in the second. Ted Williams leads the Nashua Silver Knights in runs scored with 18 on the season. Chance to add to that total. Kyle Banicki, who singled his first time up, rocket line drive out to the third baseman. And a heads-up play by Garrett Blaylock. That was labeled for the left field corner. And somehow the third baseman was playing over there and took a hit away from Banicki, who didn't get the courtesy of the dramatic shift that left-handed batters normally get. That's baseball right there in a nutshell for Kyle Banicki. There goes the runner. It's a strike, and losing the handle was Zabierski, the catcher. Had a chance to throw out Williams, but popped out of his glove. So it's a stolen base for Ted in scoring position with 2 out. I was going to say Kyle Banicki reached on almost an error first time up, then lined out. There's a slowly hit ground ball, single to center. Chris Davis is going to throw it back to the cutoff man. And it's an RBI single with 2 outs. A clutch hit for Harry Roberson, going back up the middle, wasting no time. That's his second hit of the game for Harry. The DH for the Silver Knights, 2 for 2. And it's a 4-1 game. The Silver Knights have their 3-run lead back. So Ted Williams scores his team leading 19th run of the season. And Ryan Sullivan to bat, trying to get his second hit of the game in as many innings. 7 hits for the team, the Silver Knights. Now all singles. As we pointed out, that would have probably been a double for Bonicki if Blaylock didn't make that nice defensive grab. Shadow just out in front of home plate now for the first time in the game. Not yet a factor for the batter or the pitcher. Or maybe it is if the pitcher has trouble seeing the signs from the catchers, they put it down. This is a situation where you often see the catchers will put fingernail polish, some bright fingernail polish on, so that the 1, 2, 3 can be seen more easily. There goes the runner. Foul straight back to the screen. Silver Knights have been very aggressive on the base paths in this game. You've seen runners stealing second, as in the case of Ted Williams, or on the way to steal second when balls were fouled off multiple times already, and we're only in the second inning. Sullivan looking for a 2-2 pitch now from Malachi Edmond, and Edmond steps off and will reset. Swung on and missed, strike 3. A mighty cut by Sullivan, but comes up empty. Silver Knights strike again. They get a run in the inning to make it a 4-1 lead. We played 2 full, and the Bristol Blues coming to bat in the top of the 3rd. To the top of the 3rd inning we go. Bristol trailing 4-1. And the left fielder for the Blues, Kyle Pileski, will lead off in the 9 spot in the order. Pileski, right-handed batter. Strike 1. He is from Bristol, Connecticut. A lot of hometown players on this Bristol team. 6'3", 225. Rips one foul. He's down in the count 0-2. Pileski plays his college ball for Framingham State. Golfs that one, trying to protect the zone. It might have been low for a ball, but the count remains 0-2 on Pileski. One and two. Pileski batting 175. 7 for 40, still looking for his first extra base hit. Swing and bunt, Cam Cook charges, perfect throw on the run, gets him. Nicely done by Cam Cook. Had no other choice but to charge it and throw on the run like that, and he hit Ryan Sullivan at first base about shoulder high. Sullivan did some nice footwork on the receiving end. 1 up, 1 down in the Bristol Blues 3rd inning. Back to the top of the order, Max Gione, G-O-I-O-N-E, batting for the 2nd time. He got caught looking. Took the count full his first time up and became Mike Curtis's only strikeout so far. Big swing, and he fouls it straight back to the screen. Had a great cut at an 85-mile-an-hour fastball there. Gione, G-O-I-O-N-E. He's from Fairhaven, Connecticut, plays for Siena. Very high down the right field line. Is going to land in the bullpen area. Anthony Maduri giving chase. Really never had a chance to catch that one. 2-2 is the count on Bristol's second baseman, Max Gione. Count's gone full. Some of the promotions they have coming up include Superhero Night, July 22, but some may argue fouled right over our right shoulder. We'll do the 3-2 again. Tomorrow is Superhero Night, the July 3rd doubleheader being Military Appreciation Night, courtesy of BAE. It's a doubleheader beginning at 3:30 on a Monday. One hopper, Cook, nicely played, got down on one knee, and he was able to receive that thing eye high right into the glove, no problem. Well struck by Gione, but he's 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to third. Chris Davis batting for the Blues with 2 out, nobody on here in the third inning. Chris Davis is from Avon, Connecticut, plays for Princeton. Takes a changeup low for ball 1. It's a strike. Fastball at 85 over the outer sliver. That one stays outside the back door, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Davis, who entered the game batting .273 through 22 contests. And now Davis way ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and nobody on here. He does have a home run and a triple and a double. One of each through 22 games. Very high to right center. It's going to be a fairly long run from Maduri, and he's not going to get there. It falls in, and we see a second double of the game for a second double of the season, I should say, for Chris Davis. Kind of a sun glare aided double. First extra base hit of the game with 2 outs. Davis in scoring position. It might have been an easier play for Luke Tyree in center. It looked like certainly when it landed that tail of the tape, he might have had a shorter distance to go in the end by a few feet. But it looked like Maduri called it early, and then going to his right, he was looking right up into that sun. And you can see the shadows, the way that they come off the ball players' bodies right toward right center. That's where that ball was headed. That missed, I guess. 2 balls and no strikes. Jake Frasca, dangerous hitter. 5 homers for the Bristol Blues through 22 games. One swing here could bring his team within 1 run. Down 4-1, the Blues with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 3rd inning. First 2 batters of the inning grounded out to the third baseman, Cam Cook, and sun-aided fly ball to right center puts Davis on second, and Frasca trying to drive him home. Mike Curtis checks the runner and comes to the plate. Frasca swung right through it, trying to hook an outside pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. That probably would have been a dangerous pitch to throw had he located it inner half. It was well located by Curtis, away from the power hitting Frasca. Right above us. Kind of got in on the hands of Frasca there a little bit. And it's 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the number 3 hitter in the batting order for the Bristol Blues. Mike Curtis peering in for the sign. He checks Davis at second and comes to the plate. Changeup was fouled into the Bristol Blues seating area for the bullpen, and it will do the 2-2 again. Frasca was definitely out ahead, but he wasn't totally fooled by that pitch, and I think everybody's expecting fastball here. Gets it, pops it up. Sullivan drifting back. Not an easy play, but he makes it look easy for out number 3. So the Bristol Blues leave a runner in scoring position. We played through the top of the 3rd, and the Silver Knights of Nashua lead it 4-1 here on NashuaETV. We're live on NashuaETV on July 2nd as we near the 6 o'clock hour in the evening. 2017. Happy 4th of July weekend to everybody. It was a hot day for the East-West Shrine game, the New Hampshire High School Football All-Star game. To the bottom of the 3rd inning we go here at historic Holman Stadium. And Andrew Janig, the Silver Knights catcher, will lead it off in the bottom of the 3rd. That bright red bat he's got. Big swing and a miss. And on that swing, just the barrel of the bat was in the sunshine, out in front of home plate, out in front of that pitch. Malachi Edmond slings it over the outside corner, so he's quickly got Janig in the hole. 0-2. That's up and away, and 1 ball and 2 strikes. Andrew Janig for the Silver Knights. Big target as a catcher at 6'3", 200 pounds. Big swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. Janig to be followed by Cam Cook and Luke Tyree. Janig singled his first time up. He singles his second time up. A breaking ball low in the zone. Might have been below the strike zone, but he turns it into a base hit into the hole through the left side of the infield. Cam Cook struck out his first time up. First pitch swinging off the plate. It's going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Makes it to get Cook. The lead runner advances as Jake Frasca had a charge and throw with a sense of urgency there to get Cam Cook sprinting across the first base bag. So has the same effect as a sacrifice bunt. In scoring position is Janig. Luke Tyree, who singled home a run his first time up, and he swings through that one. Janig in scoring position. And Luke Tyree, the hitter for Silver Knights, with an RBI opportunity here. Chance to expand on the Silver Knights 4-1 lead. But this will just move the runner up to third base as Tyree grounds out to the first baseman, Cooper Mrauka, stepping on the bag.
Now batting from Binghamton University, right fielder number 38, Anthony Maduri.
Anthony Maduri struck out his first time up. Midori with 7 runs batted in through 14 games, batting .264, entering the game. The pitch from Malachi Edmond, a curveball, apparently above the zone. 1 ball and no strikes to Midori. Janig with a short lead off at third base, hoping his teammate can drive him home with 2 outs. An excuse me check swing is going to be a tough play for Frasca, makes it look easy. Nice play by the Bristol Blues shortstop, who dropped his sunglasses on the way to making that nice defensive play. Picks him up. No runs in for the Silver Knights for the first time in any inning tonight. They are retired in the 3rd inning with a runner in scoring position. We've played 3 full, and it's 4-1. The Silver Knights lead the Bristol Blues here at Holman Stadium. Ben Maycock, the big right fielder for the Bristol Blues, is the leadoff batter for Bristol here in the top of the 4th inning, trailing by 3 runs. Maycock asking for timeout before he gets set. First pitch swinging, skies it to right. Midori with the glove up is going to make the catch out near the warning track out there. At 6'4", 245. Maycock with more than enough power to drive it out of here, but just got under it a little bit. So 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Garrett Blaylock singled his first time up. Also a left-handed batter. And Curtis's first offering misses. 1 ball and no strikes. If you're watching this live on NashuaETV on a Sunday, July 2, know that there's a ground ball base hit, well struck by Blaylock. He went with the outside pitch and drilled it through the opening. So a 1-out base runner aboard. July 3rd is a great opportunity and great weather in the offing to attend a Silver Knights game, even a doubleheader if you wish. The games begin at 3:30. Military Appreciation Night. The Silver Knights taking on North Shore. The Navigators will be in here for 2. So the runner at first base with 1 out, and the batter now is Cooper Marauka, who lined out hard to the center fielder Luke Tyree his first time up. One of the hardest hit balls of the game, and it was an out. It was hit so hard that they couldn't even tag up and score the runner from third. Tyree came up firing, made a beautiful throw to the catcher right over the mound. Marauka quickly down in the count. Actually, he's looking back. I thought it was 0-1, but it must have been 1-0 when he took that big swing. Ground ball inside the bag, snagged by Cook. The throw was going to be in time. It was a difficult one. Hopper, Sullivan to third, and everybody is safe, first and third. So it's going to have to be another difficult scorer's decision. That could have been easily a double. Great play and gloving it by Cook. He got it across the diamond in time. It became kind of a handcuff type of short hop for Sullivan, kept it in front of him, and the heads up play by Blaylock to get to third base on that. So it is a base hit for Bristol, their 4th of the game, first and third with 1 out. Opportunity to cut into that 4-1 deficit, and the batter Brandon Grover takes a slow breaking ball at 69 miles per hour for strike 1. Grover drove home the Blues' only run of the game with a ground out, an infield play. Banicki knocked it down at shortstop, and the runner at third, Maycock, scored on a delay. One ball, 1 strike. Runners on the corners for the Blues, trailing 4-1. Let's see if Marauka dares to take off. He doesn't seem to have a tremendous amount of foot speed as a catcher. and first baseman. He's the first baseman for the Blues. We'll check their stats here and see if they have any stolen bases in this part of the order. No, Morocco hasn't even attempted it. Pop-up, foul, stands. 2 balls and 2 strikes now is the count on Brandon Grover, who entered the game batting .250, 11 for 44 through 13 games. He has scored 11 runs for Bristol. Has a homer, a triple, and 2 doubles among those 11 hits. Can pick up an RBI here with a fly ball to the outfield. Hits a foul over towards the kids' play area, and it lands harmlessly over there on the concourse. We'll do the 2-2 again. The hit totals creeping up for the Bristol Blues. They've got 5 hits to the Silver Knights' 8. Mike Curtis laboring a bit here in the top of the 4th inning. 1st and 3rd and 1 out. The pitch to Brandon Grover. To center. Tyrese got it. Backing up a little bit. And Blaylock's going to score easily. He's got good foot speed, and it was pretty deep as far as sac flies go. It's a 4-2 game now at RBI for Brandon Grover. Getting the job done. Josh Zaberski, the catcher, grounded out to end the 2nd inning. Grounded out to shortstop. Right-handed hitting catcher. That open stance. 2 outs, runner at first for Bristol. Slow breaking ball, misses low. Josh Zaberski is from Stafford Springs, Connecticut. He plays his college ball right here in New Hampshire, Southern New Hampshire University. 6'2" and 210. Good target for his Bristol pitching staff. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Curtis, off the handle, and it's gloved by Sullivan for the 3rd out of the inning. Bristol does play to run, and they cut the lead to 2. It is after top of the 4th inning. Silver Knights 4, Bristol 2. You're watching NashuaETV live on a Sunday, July 2nd, 2017, from historic Holman Stadium.
Because every motorcycle loan gets a gas card.
To the bottom of the 4th inning we go. The Silver Knights trying to add to their 4-2 lead against the Bristol starting pitcher Malachi Edmonds, who's given up 8 hits. No extra base hits yet, however. We'll see if that may change here in the 4th inning as the Silver Knights are set to send up their 9-1-2 hitters. Aiden McDermott. Silver Knights left fielder from St. John's University. Flied out to center field his first time up. And then Ted Williams on deck, to be followed by Kyle Bonicki. First pitch swinging, didn't seem to have a lot of conviction behind that swing. McDermott down in the count 0-1. Malachi Edmond, the pitcher for Bristol, has one of those numbers you don't often see pitchers have in the single digits, number 8. Maybe it's first come, first serve when they form the teams. The 1-1. McDermott fouls it off of himself on a bounce, so it's 1-2 the count. Aiden entered the game batting .192. 10 for 52 on the season. Chased one there, and it's a strikeout for Edmonds. Ted Williams inside outs one into the Bristol bullpen. Rattles around down there. Strike one. That one bounced at about the 51-foot mark. And Zaberski still caught it. 1 ball and 1 strike. There is no Ted Williams shift here at Holman Stadium in Silver Knights games. The famous Boston Red Sox slugger who really started all that wacky defensive positioning where you would just take people that normally are on the left side of the playing field and put them over on the right side. They play Williams straight away in the infield, and slightly to go the other way in center field, you can see Chris Davis at the top of the screen on the left field side of center. Williams swings through that one, and it's a 3-2 count now on the Silver Knights lead-off hitter. Third time up in the game for Williams. He grounded out to third. He singled, stole second, and scored in the second inning. Backdoor curve gets the call for Malachi Edmonds. Some of the umpires in the stands do not agree. 2 up, 2 strikeouts, and 2 down here in the 4th inning. That's 5 strikeouts in the game for Malachi Edmonds. He came into the game with 16 strikeouts in 17 innings. He's got 5 and 4 here. Kyle Banicki looks at a strike over the outside corner. That one registered at 86 miles per hour on the radar gun here at Holman. Working very quickly is Edmonds. Grounded right side, slowly hit. In to get it is Max Gioni, and he makes the play. 3 up, 3 down in the Silver Knights 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, having played 4 full, and it's a 4-2 lead for Nashua. There he is. I'm just messaging you.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see you. Instead of so I can see you in person, I'll get rid of this
The Chad
device.
football game screwed everything up.
Hey, it's no problem. We're
Because
in
of
the
the
top
weather.
of the 5th. We still got a ball game
And
here.
I still have
4-2.
photos to take, so I'll be in and out.
Okay.
I'll still be in
Tom
and out.
King is here.
But
We
this
have-
is, this
Yep.
could be a big game for them to win 2 in a row. They've got to they got to start stringing some wins together. They've got a doubleheader against North Shore tomorrow.
That's a tough play. Midori is going to
Not get
dive and hopefully didn't hurt himself. It's in the track down there. It's going to be a 3-base hit for the leadoff batter, Kyle Pileski.
Well, John, he is hurt a little bit. Now, from what I understand, they may have padded the bottom of that fence. That's the same fence and the same cement area at the bottom of the fence that claimed the other player earlier in the year.
And I think Midori's saying, I'll be all right.
He's shaken up.
Yeah.
You heard the groan in the corner when he hit the wall. So they're going to check him out anyway.
Yeah, it was kind of a stumbling fall that he took, which was not totally under control, which could lead to problems sometimes.
Well, John, you've got to understand what it's like out there in that corner. Unless they fixed it, that corner is all cement. See the cement on the bottom?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and that's on the other side as well.
Yeah.
So
And that dirt's pretty hard too itself.
He can handle the dirt. It's the cement going full
yeah.
speed, but he wasn't running nearly as hard as the other player.
You know what
did.
that play just reminded me of?
So you didn't see the play that happened the second game of the year here.
I didn't, but
Full speed.
New York
Full-
Yankees rookie?
It was full speed, the same play. That wasn't anywhere close
No.
to what happened here on Sunday.
Okay.
Or what happened to Dustin Fowler. Because
Dustin
both
Fowler.
of those were full speed.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite full
No,
speed.
he
Because
wasn't.
he knew the fence in the corner was there.
Yeah. Fortunately, the fall and hitting
he
the
was-
dirt first helped
Right.
him,
Right.
because then he didn't go right into that barrier that you talk about. But it's good to see Anthony Midori up and about. It's a leadoff triple here in the top of the 5th inning for the
Yeah.
Bristol
And
Blues.
this is a big game for Nashua. They really need to win this game.
They came into the game 11-11.
Yes, after a 5-game losing streak that they snapped on Thursday night.
I see.
So that's a big deal.
right up the elevator shaft. Let's see if this is playable for Janik.
It is, and he's got it.
Nice job. Andrew Janik gets back there and gets it, so 1 out in the inning on the pop-up to the catcher. Mike Curtis has had a pretty good season to date, Tom, with the exception of the
his last
more
start.
walks than strikeouts, right?
His last start was not good. That's when he had issued a lot of walks, and that's when
Okay.
he got hit because he had to come in over the plate. He's not going to throw it by you. He's going to deceive you.
Right.
And that's the kind of pitcher he is.
Yeah, he's lived around mid-80s with the fastball today. So the batter now is Chris Davis as Gioni popped out. Slowly
That's
hit
going to get a
ground
run
ball.
home.
And that will get home the third run, and everybody's safe.
Yeah, I think Williams was kind of focused on the runner going home and not quite sure what he wanted to do. And that probably should be an error.
Yeah, that'll be the game's first error.
But the
on
run
Ted
would have
Williams.
scored anyway, so I would give the batter an RBI.
It is going to be an RBI and reached on an error.
Yep.
So Chris Davis is on with the run batted in, and it's a one-run game now. The
John, I'll tell you, Ronnie
Blues.
Wallace did the right thing Friday night by postponing, 2 or 3 or 4 hours ahead of time with no rain falling. It was sunny but humid on Friday's game. Postponed it, and that's a big gate. Hat night, fireworks night,
wow,
because the storms Friday were brutal.
they were, yeah.
The Chad people didn't do that after a morning of discussion about it because they couldn't quite come up with an alternative plan.
Uh-huh.
And, the Silver Knights did the right thing. So that's why the game was played a quarter. I never got more soaked having to take photos in my life.
Wow.
It was unreal, the amount of rain that was falling at St. A's on Friday. Unreal. And lightning delays constant. They finally said, okay, enough is enough. We're going to go Sunday. And they played a quarter and suspended it, and they played it this afternoon at Manchester Memorial under gorgeous sky. This is the best day of the spring and summer so far.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Silver Knights,
How'd your camera make out in that?
The battery didn't make out too well, but I recharged it.
Wow.
So, but the camera survived it. But it was just unreal, and they never would have gotten a game in here. So smart move by the Silver Knights to postpone way ahead of time.
Midori can just watch this one bounce way out of play. So Bristol threatening to tie the game up here.
And this is a big team. Look at the size of some of these players.
Oh, big guys. I mean, yeah, 6'4",
Very
210,
big.
245.
They play in a fairly
The guy on
spacious,
deck, Maycock,
Yeah.
6'4", 245.
Right, and they play in a very spacious ballpark. Muzzy Field's fairly spacious.
Curtis deceives the batter there.
That's the Curtis strikeout you're going to see. The slow pitch with the batter way out in front of it. He's not going to blow it by you.
Frasca with 5 home runs coming into the game and a lofty batting average, too. I believe he's hitting over 300. That was a big strikeout right there.
John, I'll tell you, if you're at Muzzy Field and you look...
Oh, he's hitting 267.
If you're at Muzzy Field, the dimensions inside are a little different, but the field looks a lot different. But there are pine trees in the distance.
Yeah.
But outside, it looks like Holman Stadium. Brick facade, the whole bit.
No kidding. Yeah.
This is big. Tying run at second. And
Line drive to center. It's one of the...
That's going to score the run.
Yeah. Tyree kind of gambling, and Maycock stays at first, but he gets the RBI.
I think the run would have scored anyway.
Yeah.
He was coming all the way.
Yeah.
So
it's a 4-4 game.
4-4 game. A triple, slow grounder, and a single.
Now batting from Vanderbilt University, third baseman number 30.
Time for Tom to leave, somebody said.
I hear that a lot.
Jinxon. Yeah. Well, to the...
That's why
Garrett
the
Blaylock
compound is really the fortress of solitude.
No more hecklers behind the walls.
Don't have to deal with any hecklers.
Yeah, we did a game there together. Bristol, I was going to say.
At the compound? No, we didn't.
No, Bristol.
You're not allowed in.
No. I'm going back to rewinding to Bristol.
We did not do a game together.
Where did we do one?
Bridgeport.
I messed up my BRIs.
That's a Muzzy Field is an old-time ballpark. Bridgeport's a modern facility that was built,
Bridgeport we did a game
Bridgeport was built almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that
Wow,
the
you're
Atlantic
right.
League is almost 20 years old. Isn't that incredible?
Man. Yeah, it is. It's coming up on that anniversary.
Incredible. And they're still there.
There goes the runner. Ground ball through the vacated right side.
Textbook hit and run, first and third.
They had the second baseman covering on that, which is curious with 2 outs.
I know it.
So Blaylock gets his third hit of the game. He's 3 for 3. The third baseman for the Blues having a night. And here comes Cooper Mrauka, the first baseman. He's got a single and a line out to center. And Kyle Jackson, the Silver Knights pitching coach, making his first visit to the mound. It's a difficult 5th inning for Mike Curtis. There is relief activity warming up in the right field bullpen. The Silver Knights have a right-hander getting ready as Kyle Jackson talks to his pitcher. It was a pretty quick visit as Kyle makes his way back to the first base dugout. The batter will be Cooper Mrauka. First baseman for the Bristol Blues has an opportunity to give his team a lead for the first time in this game, and he first pitch swings and fouls it toward the visitors' on-deck circle. You know, David Ortiz wrote that book that just came out, and his life story, his autobiography upon retiring, and there's a high fly ball to right. Maduri shielding his eyes, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. A big catch by Maduri battling the sun. I'll tell my Bobby Valentine, David Ortiz story coming up next inning, but Cooper Mrauka flies out. So we have a 4-4 game as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
The home dugout, as we have.
To the bottom of the 5th inning we go here at Holman Stadium on a Sunday, July 2 of 2017. Happy 4th to all of you watching. This is the education station after all, so want to congratulate Ted Williams' grandmother. The Silver Knights second baseman's grandmother did the trivia quiz on top of the first base dugout between innings, and she knew that the state of New Hampshire was the 9th state to join the Union, the United States forming. And a first pitch swinging, base hit for Harry Roberson, wastes no time, getting his 3rd hit of the game. 3 for 3 for Harry, and it's a big hit leading off the inning in a 4-4 contest because he represents the go-ahead run. Ryan Sullivan, who singled and struck out so far tonight, batting for the 3rd time. 4-4 game here, bottom of the 5th inning. Nine hits for the Silver Knights, 8 hits for Bristol. One of them was a triple in the last half inning that led to their tie runs. They did score 2 in the inning. Big swing, Ryan Sullivan trying to get the Silver Knights a lead back with one mighty hack. 1-1 is the count. Malachi Edmond, the starting pitcher for Bristol, working into his 5th frame. He throws that one away. You could hear it hit the aluminum bench area where the Silver Knights pitchers, relief pitchers sit. Remained a live ball, but stopping at second base was Harry Roberson. So that'll go as an error on the pitcher as he throws it away on the pickoff attempt. First error of the game for Bristol puts Roberson, the go-ahead run, in scoring position with nobody out here in the 5th. Ryan Sullivan looking to drive him home, takes a fastball high. I say fastball, it said 81 on the gun, up on the radar gun here at Holman Stadium. And the 2-1 pitch, hard to center. It's going to get down for a hit. They will wave Roberson home, and he will score without a throw. 5-4, the Silver Knights have the lead back. Ryan Sullivan with an RBI single. Roberson scoring his second run of the game. 5-4, Silver Knights up on top with still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Andrew Janig, the batter, he's perfect on the game. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Sullivan with a short lead off of first. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to the shortstop. Frasca to Gioni to first base. Marauka, they turn the double play. 6-4-3. 2 outs. First double play turned by either team in this game.
Third baseman number 17, Cam Cook.
Cam Cook is struck out and grounded out, looking for his first hit of the contest. And Cook looks at 2 straight balls, so he's heading the count. He's had 2-0, trying to start something with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. The Silver Knights have seized the lead back, 5-4. Midway through this one, takes it on the inside corner. Checks with the ump. That was 85 on the radar gun from Malachi Edmond. And just poking it to right field for a base hit. In fact, Maycock thought about trying to throw him out at first base, but Cook had just enough speed to dissuade the Bristol right fielder from taking a shot for the force out at first. 2 out, base runner aboard. Cam Cook now with a base hit means that only the 8-9 batters in the Silver Knights order have failed to get a base hit in this game off of Malachi Edmond. We have a first visit to the mound for the Bristol Blues in the inning. Luke Tyree has singled and grounded out to the third baseman. He's got an RBI in this one. 11 hits for the Silver Knights and 5 runs. First pitch swinging, he grounds it behind him to the Silver Knights on deck area. Part of that promotion tomorrow night on July 3rd, there are post-game fireworks following the doubleheader that begins at 3:30 against North Shore, and the Silver Knights will be honoring hometown heroes with a military card set in between the 2 games with the North Shore Navigators. Local hometown hero military card set. See, one of them is on display here in our media kit. Joshua H. Toms, U.S. Army. It's a nice looking baseball card. There goes Cam Cook. Slowly hit ground ball right to the first baseman. Easy play for Marauka, and that will end the inning. But the Silver Knights played a run, and they retake the lead. We've played 5 full. It's 5-4 Nashua. So to the top of the 6th inning we go, and the Bristol Blues trailing again. 5-4 the score. And the leadoff hitter, Brandon Grover, the designated hitter for Bristol. That one, that hit the umpire's toe? I thought it hit somebody's foot, and it wasn't the batter apparently, because Grover is still standing there in the left-handed batter's box. 1 ball and no strikes. Grover hit a sacrifice fly to center to plate a run in the 4th inning, and he also got an RBI and a ground out to the shortstop in the second inning. So he's knocked home 2 runs with 2 productive outs. Technically 0 for 1 in the game. Strike called. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ripped foul. Got a good piece of that, did Grover. And it got down the line quickly, but clearly a foul ball. So a new pitcher in the game for the Silver Knights is Dylan Stimpson, number 25, the 6'4", 195-pound right-hander is from Fairfield, Connecticut. He might even know some of these guys who are mostly from Connecticut, it seems, on the Blues team, Bristol Blues. Stimpson plays for the University of Connecticut, or pitches for them. Very hard to right field. Midori going back, looking behind him. It's off the wall. He plays it on a hop. The throw to second base, not in time to get Grover standing. He hit it off the base of the wall out there in right field. Brandon Grover driving one for a double.
Now batting catcher number 10, Josh Zabierski.
So that's a potential tying run with nobody out in scoring position. And the 8-hitter, Josh Zabierski, the catcher, is up. He has grounded out to the shortstop and popped up to first. Bristol not going away here in this game. It's a tight contest. Silver Knights clinging to that 5-4 lead in the 6th inning. Nine hits for Bristol, 11 for Nashua. Bristol's owned the extra base hit category with a couple doubles and a triple. That one nearly went out of here. And we'll have our first pitcher-catcher conference in a while as Andrew Janik trots out to talk to Dylan Stimpson. Dylan entered the game with a pretty good earned run average, 1.69. He's appeared in 5 games, thrown a total of 11 innings, and he's given up 7 hits only, 2 earned runs, 11 strikeouts against only 2 walks. But that said, that's walk number 3 issued by Stimpson on the season. With first base empty, force is in effect, but Kyle Jackson wants to go out and talk to his right-handed reliever. And again, the Silver Knights have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Kyle Jackson of Litchfield, New Hampshire, the Alvern High School graduate who was drafted by the Boston Red Sox and pitched his way through the minor leagues. Never quite got the call to the majors, but definitely one of the greatest players in the history of Alvern High School, which no longer, of course, has Litchfield players, residents attending Alvern. Now it's Campbell High School, which opened after Kyle graduated from Alvern, takes the Litchfield young men and women. Bunting, first and second, throw down to second base, and ball squirts free, but no harm done as Janik took a shot at the lead runner, Brandon Grover. Grover doubled to lead off the inning off the right field wall on a line. Zabierski walked, and now it's Pileski who tripled his last time up, who's bunting. A sacrifice bunt. It's a good one. And the throw is made in time by Stimson to Ryan Sullivan, who scrambled back to the base. So 2 runners in scoring position, representing the potential tying and go-ahead runs for Bristol. With 1 out here in the top of the 6th, it's to the top of the order. Good job by Stimson to scramble off the mound and make that play. Max Gioni, the lead hitter, is up for the 4th time in this game. Gioni has got a struck out looking, grounded out, and popped out, 0 for 3. But all that will be forgiven with a hit here because it could give his team the lead. The Silver Knights have the infield in all the way around, including shortstop Kyle Banicki and second baseman Ted Williams, Williams squinting against the sun. Ground ball gobbled up by Cook, holds the runner, and there's 2 outs. Good play, Cam Cook, sealing off that hole on the left side of the infield. The ball not well struck by Gioni, who's now 0 for 4.
Now batting center fielder number 15, Chris Davis.
Chris Davis has gone 1 for 3 with a double and a run batted in, and a run scored as well. He reached on an error by second baseman his last time up in the 5th inning. Here he's batting in the 6th with the potential tie and go-ahead runs in scoring position, but there are 2 out as Stimson tries to get the left-handed batter. The ball goes to the backstop. Here comes the runner, and not enough of a ricochet to get him. We're tied again. It's 5-5. A pass ball it might be. Went off the glove, the webbing of the catcher's mitt of Andrew Janik. And to the backstop rather slowly. There's no rebound effect. And so a heads-up play by Grover to score the 5th run. Five. Stimson trying to preserve that tie game situation here as Bristol threatening to take the lead with some 2 out clutch hitting here by Chris Davis. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's got the hitter's count. Swinging, fouls it off, so it'll be 3-2. That one really got in and inside and tied him up a little bit. You staying hydrated, Bob Bates? You staying hydrated? Just barely? Yeah, you do. It's one of those days where you can drink water forever and you don't even have to go to the men's room if you're doing any kind of activity like these ball players are. There's a high fly to right field. Midori got the glasses down, the glove up, and he makes the catch against that tough sun. He did do well to get out of that without giving up a lead to Bristol. It's a 5-5 game as we go to the bottom of the 6th here at historic Holman Stadium. Nashua and Bristol in a battle on a Sunday, July 2. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Stay with us. Bristol goes to the bullpen for the first time in this one. Jacob Wallace, number 37, is a 6'1", 165-pound right-hander with a live arm. He's from Methuen, Massachusetts, not all that far from Holman Stadium. He pitches for UConn. Saw a couple warm-ups there that hit 92 on the gun. So that might have been his 4-seam fastball that hit 92. I think he just threw a 2-seamer at 88. There's another 2-seamer. That was 83. I don't know if that was a screwball. Let's see, Jacob Wallace, relief pitcher. Looks like he's practicing from the stretch, and maybe he'll stay in the stretch. That one said 92. Let's see.
Leading off with the Silver Knights, right fielder number 30, Anthony Maduri.
Anthony Maduri, the right fielder for the Silver Knights, gets the leadoff duty in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 5-5 game. It's the battle with Bristol here on July 2. Some fireworks from the bats of both teams, 20 hits combined. That crossfire delivery from Jacob Wallace, and he gets strike one. He's appeared in 6 games so far for Bristol. His earned run average are 3 runs allowed per 9 innings. He's thrown 12 innings, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 13 strikeouts against 5 walks by Jacob Wallace. 13 strikeouts in 12 innings. So he's averaging, as you can tell, at least a strikeout per inning. 1-1 count on Maduri, who swings through that one. Anthony has struck out and grounded out, 0 for 2 so far in this one. Wallace comes to the stretch position, slings it in there at 91 and getting a piece who's Maduri to stay alive. Shadow is a bit of a factor for the pitcher and batter right now, as you can see, part of the luxury box structure, or the stairwell actually, I think is what is the shadow on the mound. Stairwell to the left of the luxury box structure at Holman. That one might be a fair ball. It's going to be a really difficult play for Maycock, and he makes it as he jumps up against the wall to self-protect, but a nice catch by the Bristol right fielder. Not an easy play in the sun out there. Maduri gave that quite a ride. He came within about 10, 12 feet of hitting it out of here, sneaking it out of here inside the right field foul pole, which is 311 feet away. Instead, Maycock makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down in the Silver Knights' 6th. Aiden McDermott, 0 for 2 so far tonight. And he fouls it off to the right. Seeing some late swings on this 90+ mile per hour heat from Jacob Wallace, the Yukon pitcher. Only 165 pounds, but he just definitely generates some velocity. That high leg kick, that one is inside and it clipped McDermott. No argument from the Bristol battery, and the umpire also allows McDermott to take his base. So he got nicked by that fastball that got away from Wallace. It's the first hit by pitch of the game, and a potential go-ahead run on board for the Silver Knights as we go back to the top of the order. Ted Williams batting for the 4th time in this game. He's 1 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored. McDermott leading off of first. Wallace has a leg kick that could be problematic as far as holding runners from getting good jumps over there at first base. We'll see if the Silver Knights try to take advantage. They have been pretty aggressive in stolen base attempts so far in this game, although a lot of them balls have been fouled off. Slowly hit grounder to the first base dugout, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Ted Williams. His grandmother did very well in the Silver Knights trivia quiz promotion, or a game on the between innings earlier. Answered some tough questions. Pop up left field, and Kyle Pileski has it. Routine play, 1 out, 2 out. Excuse me, they had a fly ball to right. Can't forget that nice catch that Maycock made. Kyle Bonneke has lined out, grounded out, and singled and scored. He's 1 for 3. Figured in that 3-run first inning. Bonneke, first of 4 straight hits that the Silver Knights had in that first inning. Trying to come up with some 2-out magic here. That's a strike called on the outside corner. Two-seam fastball at about 90 miles per hour from Jacob Wallace. Silver Knights going to play a doubleheader here tomorrow, starting at 3:30 against the North Shore Navigators on Military Appreciation Night. Fireworks after the doubleheader. Breaking ball headed for the upper outer corner of the strike zone, and Bonneke spoils it, fouls it off to the left. 0-2 is the count on the Silver Knights shortstop in a 5-5 game, bottom six. It was a beautiful summer day in New England today. Wallace's pitch again spoiling it. That one just missed a fan who was smiling about it. It hit a seat nearby. Glad to report nobody hurt. Got to watch at the ballpark. Not a bad seat in the house at Holman, but know where the ball is. 0-2 still on Bonneke. Gets a piece. That was a pitch that might have caught the corner at the knees, and he got rid of it. Aiden McDermott is at first base. He got hit by a pitch. Hasn't tried to steal. 0-2 is the count on Bonneke. There he goes. Fouled off the netting. Nicely placed netting down there. And it rebounds like one of those pitchbacks. Good for reuse. Oh and 2. What a battle here Kyle Bonneke is putting up and not wasting any pitches. Jacob Wallace going right after him with the 2 strikes and 2 outs. This time the runner doesn't go, and again Bonneke deposits one in the left field foul territory area. And now the catcher, Josh Zabierski, wants to talk to Wallace about how to get Bonneke to finally swing and miss somehow, or maybe put it in play without a lot on it. Right fielder Ben Maycock has his hand up, trying to block the sun. He's got his sunglasses on. There goes the runner. It's a ball. Throw to second base. Not in time. Safe. Nice slide underneath the tag by Aiden McDermott. McDermott with a stolen base. That was nearly like a pitch out. It was up and away. It was a fastball, and McDermott stole it fairly easily. It makes you wonder, maybe he should have went earlier in the count. However, no real problem because, or earlier in the inning, it's still an RBI opportunity here for Kyle Bonneke. A base hit could give the Silver Knights the lead. A 1-2 pitch is on the way to the Silver Knights shortstop. And he fouls off another one. Only 1 ball and 2 strikes and multiple fouls here. Bonneke battling against the right-handed reliever Jacob Wallace, who is showing why UConn's probably happy to have him in the bullpen. Not easy pitcher to square up. There's almost like a pitch out throw to second base. Not much opportunity to get an out there for Zabierski, because where he threw that was actually where the runner was positioned in the baseline when he let it go. And the best thing that can happen there is nothing in favor of Bristol. The worst thing is he throws it into center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man at second base in a 5-5 game. Wallace's pitch misses low and away. And Bonneke has battled all the way back to a full count, or all the way to a full count, after being down 0-2 forever. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Of course, there's no force situation with first base empty, so McDermott will probably not be trying to steal here. Roberson on deck is 3 for 3. The pitch, and that's fouled into the stands. That would have been a borderline call for the umpire. I think it would have been ball 4, but Bonneke was taking no chances. He's seen the wide strike zone called in the pitcher's favor several times tonight, and he spoiled another one. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big hole on the left side of the infield, and that seems to be all where Bonneke is hitting these things. And he hits it again the left side. This ends up in the Bristol bullpen and rattles around down there. If I'm the shortstop for Bristol, I'm going to play Kyle Bonneke in this situation like he's a right-handed pull hitter, and just go over and just position yourself right in front of the left fielder, basically, and dare him to beat you up the middle, because as long as he's throwing fastballs away, Bonneke is going to go away. And he's got a big hole to shoot for. And he hits it up the middle. A breaking ball at 80 miles an hour. And it's a 6-5 Silver Knights lead. A mistake, basically, born of frustration, I think. Kyle Bonneke, with one of the best at-bats of the season for the Silver Knights, gets a base hit, a 2-out RBI single to give Nashua the lead. Great job by Bonneke. That was like watching 2 tennis players just duel on a volley, and finally one of them gives in and tries something different, and it pays the price. Just throw a nothing breaking ball over the inner half, and Bonneke was all over it. Foul straight back to the screen. Yeah, Wallace has got that quality fastball, but he just became frustrated that he couldn't get Bonneke to swing and miss. So he just went with the slow breaking ball on the inner third, and he just pounded it up the middle. 6-5. Roberson has the chance for a 4-hit game right here. And I don't know if they're going to send Bonneke, but it was proven by Aiden McDermott, who scored the Silver Knights go-ahead run, that Wallace can be stolen on, even with a fastball and in a pitch-out situation. There's almost a pitch-out. 1-1 is the count. That registered at 90 miles per hour on the radar gun. Roberson looking to his third base coach to maybe find out whether he's going to send Bonneke to try to steal in the situation. Kyle Bonneke is 2 for 2 in this game with a run batted in and a run scored. Curveball hits the inside corner. That's the best breaking ball that Jacob Wallace has thrown so far. It froze Roberson, thinking it was a fastball inside, and then it broke over the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bonneke leading off of first base is going. Curveball, strike 3 called over the outside corner. 2 nice breaking balls in that at bat by Jacob Wallace. Was able to get Harry Roberson for the first time tonight. Roberson, who was 3 for 3 entering that at bat. Frustrated, but have to tip his cap in that situation. 6-5, the Silver Knights lead it as we have played 6 full. We go to the top of the 7th, and it's still a battle with Bristol here. A 1-run game at historic Holman Stadium.
Leading off for the Blues, shortstop number 27, Jake Frasca.
Sunny and hot day on July 2 of 2017 here in Nashua, and another pitcher who can bring the heat, Jason Jandreau, in relief for the Silver Knights. The big right-hander Throwing it at 92 there, but missing high. 1 ball and no strikes. Leadoff hitter Jake Frasca, who's the 3 batter in the order, hammers that fastball to left field, getting on top of that 91 mile per hour heater. A ringing single for Frasca. It's his first hit of the game, as he had popped out twice and struck out prior to this at bat. Ben Maycock, the right fielder. He has gone 2 for 3 with a run batted in. And his out was a long fly ball to right field. 6'4", 245-pound left-handed slugger. Swings through that 93 mile an hour fastball from Jandro. 0-1. Jason is 6'2", 200 pounds. He's from Halifax, Massachusetts. Andrew Janig just barely was able to snag that one as it got away from a breaking ball that slipped out of the fingers of Jandro, it looked like. Double digits in hits for both teams. 10 hits for Bristol, 12 hits for the Silver Knights, excuse me. Strike called right over the inner corner, about belt high. Jandro with that quality fastball froze Maycock on that one. You got to be ready for that if you want to hit it. And he gets him to wave at the breaking ball. Good pitch sequence by Jason Jandro, gets the dangerous Ben Maycock on a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out here in the 7th. Garrett Blaylock is 3 for 3. Like the Silver Knights, Harry Roberson, Garrett Blaylock has a chance for a 4-hit game in this at bat. Singled in the 2nd, 4th, and 5th innings. First pitch swinging, skies it, foul territory, long run, and it just eludes Aiden McDermott after a long run. Kind of tried to catch it with the forehand, and it might have been a backhand play. Easy to say when you don't have that giant outfielder glove on your wrist, but sometimes it's hard to turn that around and make a backhand play inches off the grass. But just in turning his wrist that little bit at the end, it eluded McDermott. So living to swing another pitch here in this at bat. Garrett Blaylock with an 0-1 count now, and Jandro misses up and away. 92 miles per hour. 6-5. The Silver Knights lead by 1 run. Jason Jandro on in relief, trying to preserve the lead. Gave up a single to Jake Frasca leading off the inning. Struck out Maycock. Now he's got a 1-2 count on Garrett Blaylock. The 1-2 pitch is strike 3 call. 2 straight strikeouts after the leadoff single in the inning. 2 outs now. Jason Jandro with some impressive heat and command. Gets 1 batter swinging and 1 looking.
Now batting first baseman number 26, Cooper Maloney.
Nobody has challenged the throwing arm of Silver Knights catcher Andrew Janig. I don't know if they've even had a attempted stolen base. Jake Frasca dives back in, and maybe thinking about that might be the time for Bristol to gamble here with 2 outs. Jandro checks in on the base runner. Diving back in safely was Jake Frasca. Cooper Marauka has gone 1 for 3 in this one. Flied out to right, lined out to center, and singled.
Reminder, kids, if you want to participate in the sneaker race,
Checking with his third base coach.
this half inning.
Taking a ball up and in. 2 outs. Potential tie run at first base for Bristol, and getting jammed inside, outing that one into foul territory. Marauka late on the heat on the inside corner, about letter high. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Blues first baseman. 2-1, that missed up. Jandro has been consistently 92 and 93 with the fastball since entering the game in this inning. Foul, look out. That one went off to our right, about press box window high, and I didn't hear it hit anything, so it must have went out into the street. Let's see. It's a 2-2 count now on Marauka with 2 outs, down to his last strike against the flamethrower. Jandro with a 7 ERA. That's another one in the same spot. Just to the right of the press box area. Let's see. Jandro was pitched in 7 games, a total of 9 innings. He's got 11 strikeouts and issued 11 walks. Pounding the strike zone in this appearance, though. As soon as I say that, up and in, just missed. Marauka, big first baseman with that breaking ball. I think everybody in the park knows that a fastball is coming here, including the batter, Cooper Marauka. The question is, can he get around on it? The 3-2 pitch, the runner goes, ball 4 just outside. And I guess I jinxed Jason Jandro by bringing up the walk-up to strikeout ratio, even Steven. He had 2 strikeouts in the inning before he issued that walk. So to scoring position now goes Jake Frasca, and Marauka, who just walked, is right behind him at first base, and an opportunity for Brandon Grover, who drilled a double off the right field wall his last time up when he was batting against Dylan Stimpson. Now, Jandro throws a lot harder. Jandro gets ahead in the count on Grover, 0-1. Grover has had a very productive game out of that 8 spot. Ball gets away, and both runners are going to advance into scoring position. Frasca took a hard turn at third, but Janik got a hold of the ball in plenty of time. A base hit here for Bristol could give them the seesaw lead again, trailing by 6-5, but there are 2 outs. Jandro not really showing any good command of that breaking ball since entering the game. And Bristol kind of knowing that he's got to rely on the fastball. Foul straight back to the screen, but it's a really good fastball, and it's tough to catch up with. And for everybody except for Frasca. Frasca, who's at third base, lined a 91-mile-an-hour fastball to left field, leading off the inning. 1-2 the count on Grover. Takes the ball outside. Grover has grounded out to short, producing a run batted in. He had sacrificed fly to center, producing a run batted in. He also doubled leading off last inning and came around to score. So 3 productive at-bats for Grover. None would be more productive for him than a hit right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3. Jandro gets his man and preserves the oh-so-slim 6-5 lead. It's 7th inning stretch time here at historic Holman Stadium. The Nashua Silver Knights 6 and the Bristol Blues 5. Stay with us. You're watching live on a Sunday, July 2 of 2017 on NashuaETV. Bottom 7. Silver Knights looking for some insurance runs here early, leading 6-5. They have 12 hits, and Ryan Sullivan has 2 of them. As he takes a breaking ball, strike 1 from the new pitcher into the game for Bristol, number 31, Keith Grant. The 6'2", 190-pound lefty is from East Providence, Rhode Island. He pitches for Johnson and Wales University, and he's featuring some backdoor curveballs to the power-hitting Sullivan to get ahead in the count, 1-2. Grant appears to be one of those crafty lefties. Translation, he doesn't throw that hard. The 2-2 pitch to Sullivan. Stays way outside. He's endangering of walking the leadoff batter.
I'm a crafty writer. I don't work that hard.
You don't work that hard, crafty writer. Wow. You were working hard Friday night.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Today's a
Swung on it and missed. Strike three.
Today's a long one, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The football game. Yeah, they resumed it after there was 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Okay.
And what they did was Friday night, their big answer to the letter ahead of time was, okay, we'll play 12-minute quarters instead of 15, which the game is normally. You know, in high school it's only 12, but in this game it's 15. So they went back to 15 for the third and fourth quarter.
A dozen hits for the Silver Knights, and Andrew Janik has 2 of them.
See, this is big. This 2 games, it's 25 hits in 2 games, which is big for them. The way they've been hitting, or the way they haven't been hitting the ball, or driving in runs. You know, they scored 13 runs the other night, or 12 runs the other night on 13 hits. Now they have 6 runs on 12 hits.
Keith Grant throwing those breaking balls at about 69 to 72 miles per hour, trying to hit the back door and get these big sluggers out on their front foot. Golfed left field, fairly deep, but an easy jogging catch for Kyle Pileski.
There wasn't enough velocity on the pitch to allow it to travel, you know, on contact.
And I'm not sure if Andrew quite got that on the sweet spot either.
No, it didn't sound it, did it?
Yeah, it might have been toward the end.
Almost as if you waved at it.
It gets your attention, though, when they hit the ball down there, because it's only 307 to the low red brick wall.
The low red brick wall adorned with numbers, 2 of which will be inducted into the Hall of Fame tomorrow at Holman Stadium as we tape this on Sunday, July 2nd. Or not tomorrow, but July 4th.
Maycock, a bit of an adventure out there with the glaring sun, but he makes the catch to retire Cam Cook. 3 up, 3 down in the Silver Knights' 7th. They still lead it 6-5 as we go to the top of the 8th.
Yes, in the...
Any local players in that football game?
There's a ton, about 15, 12 to 15.
Oh, a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been writing about it all week.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Where have I been, right? I just want to say this might be played like 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. And
there are a lot of them.
Yeah. Anybody have a great game from our area?
Justin Grassini was the MVP, but he didn't think he should have been. I understand why he was, because he only was 8 of 19 for 140 yards. But they were so much better with him at the controls than the backup, than the other quarterback. I think most valuable was right in his.
Justin Grassini plays from Merrimack.
He holds the state record for touchdown passes in a single season, 43. He did it this past year.
And where's he going?
He's going to Cortland State. He's going to play both football and baseball.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get double-barreled action that way.
Yes.
When you go to Division I, they want you to concentrate on one or the other.
Well, even Division II. I mean, they're giving you money, John. They're giving you money for a specific sport.
Yeah.
So, but he had, he was 8 of 19 for 140 yards. The play of the game was Tucker Aiello's interception. He's a Sauhegan player, and he ran it in 20 yards out. That made it a 22-8 game.
As Tom will write about.
979 is your Sunday attendance. I think they'll take that on a Sunday, especially on a holiday weekend. They won't take that on Monday with the fireworks show coming.
Right, it's a doubleheader with fireworks.
Right, and
tomorrow.
They might not get the early crowd, but they should get the fireworks crowd.
Yeah.
And veterans, by the way, I don't know when this is going to air, but
we're live on NashuaETV right now.
We are right now. We're live.
If you're watching on Sunday, July 2.
At Holman Stadium. All right, so veterans and their families tomorrow get in free.
If you happen to hear this on Sunday, July 2, the July 3 game, veterans and their families get in free. The doubleheader starts at 3:30. They also have a military card, Hometown Heroes military card, baseball card set they're giving away between games. And then, as Tom said, fireworks after. Did he go? No, swing, says the first base umpire.
And don't forget on a Tuesday, although there's no game here, there's the big fireworks show for the city, but at 11 a.m. Approximately, the banners of Don Newcomb and Roy Campanella that Cheryl Linder, the assistant GM of the Silver Knights, fundraised and got the impetus behind them. They'll be unveiled and they'll be visible on the concourse and out in front of the stadium.
Josh Zabierski swings through it, strike 3.
And then there'll be a video tribute at around 8 to Newcomb, Campanella, and Walter Alston, the Los Angeles Dodgers late manager and manager of the Nashua Dodgers. So there'll be a video tribute to them as they'll be inducted into the Lions Holman Stadium Legends Hall of Fame. And the induction, I believe, the video will serve as the induction pretty much.
Kyle Pileski, the 9-hitter, swinging for the fences there to try to tie this thing up. 90 miles per hour from Jason Jandro, who has struck out 4 of the 6 batters he's faced.
Can you tell me what was so different about Walter Alston's tenure with the Brooklyn and Los Angeles Dodgers as manager in the mid-50s to, I think, 1954 and 1976? Can you tell me what was different about it than anything you've seen managerial?
Did he not wear the uniform?
No, he wore the uniform.
He wore the uniform. What else?
No, Luke wouldn't know. No.
I should know this. Did my share.
It's one of the most
reading.
unique things to baseball that would never take place today. In today's modern game.
Was he also the
Nope.
general manager?
Did not have another job. Nope.
Walter.
You ready? You're never going to get
Go
it.
ahead.
You ready? He managed all 21 seasons. Each year, at his insistence.
Fly ball to right. Tough play for Maduri. Makes it despite the glaring sun. 2 out.
At his insistence, he managed all 21 years on one-year contracts.
Oh. Right, huh? Who would insist on that these days? Nobody. Unless you do one out. I mean, that's unheard of.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Good trivia fact, Tom. Walter Alston. 2 outs, nobody aboard. 1-run lead for the Silver Knights. Jason Jandro has done a very good job in relief. He has given up a single and a walk through 5 outs, and that's it. And he's got 4 strikeouts. He's got an 0-1 count now on the number 1 batter in the order, Max Gioni, who has struck out, grounded out the third a couple of times, and popped out to the catcher. Gets tied up, and it's quickly 0-2. That one was at 94 miles per hour from Jason Jandro, and the Silver Knights loyalists are into it as they rhythmically clap, looking for strike number 3 to end the top of the 8th here, if Jandro can do it. Up and away, he misses with the fastball at 93. Foul ball is the right call as it went off the foreleg of Gioni. 22 hits in the game. Bristol's got 10 of them, but they trail 6-5 here in the 8th. Nobody on base. Jandro peering in for the sign. Just his upper body in the sunshine. The quirky shadows here at Holman. Strike 3 swinging. Jason Jandro strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faces here in the 8th inning after striking out the side in the 7th inning. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of work, preserving the Silver Knights' 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-5, Nashua leads Bristol here at Holman.
Look at you having a Holman Stadium hamburger or cheeseburger during the year.
He did a great job on those cheeseburgers tonight.
I haven't.
Came out good.
I haven't eaten food here, and Chris, they probably don't want to hear this.
You changed your diet.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I'll have hamburgers. No, well, actually, the thing is after the game, I'll go home after I write, and I'll cook on the grill. Would I rather have a hamburger here? Well, they're very good.
Yeah.
But I have to pay, you know? Or would I rather just eat the food I already bought, you know? So.
Right.
But of course, the fans here, that's part of the ballpark experience.
Nothing like a hot dog at a ball game.
And since you barely know how to fry an egg, it's probably better off that you eat here too.
Yeah, that's. I do know how to grill a hot dog and a hamburger.
Yes.
My cooking skills kind of drop off rapidly after that.
Monday we had a rain out, an hour 20 delay because Martha's Vineyard was here. But the radar didn't look good. Even though the rain was going to let up a little bit, there was more after it, and they announced that, and they said, you know, we can't start this game. So, and it was another good call, but there was that deceptive window of maybe 45 minutes, and I got out of here in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And threw the fish on the grill, cooked it, got it off, and then all of a sudden the rains came again. Perfect time.
Love the summer.
Ah, kidding me?
We paid the price for these nice days in the wintertime, I'll tell you that. Cam Cruz skies one, and let's see where that comes down.
Not playable? No.
On the
Kids area.
concourse, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this is the best, one of the best days for
This is the best day
pool
in
day.
a month. Yeah, but but no pool for. I took a quick one before I went to the football game.
Too much going on for you today.
My time will come after Monday.
Strike three. That's Cruz out in front on the breaking ball. Was at 73 miles per hour. Cruz, who was batting for Luke Tyree.
I was wondering. I said, where is he on my sheet?
Now batting right fielder number 38.
You know, at first glance, it looks like that the pitcher, Keith Grant, he's kind of emulates Clayton Kershaw's herky-jerky left-handed delivery. He just doesn't have that velocity that Kershaw has.
Not at all. No, no.
Fastball. But there's a lot of kind of like holding the glove askew and the
you know, we talk
right
about
knee,
we
left
talk
elbow.
about Walter Alston.
Yeah.
Right. What uniforms do the Bristol Blues look like?
Exactly. We made the point. The Dodgers.
And I don't know what.
Away uniforms.
And that's on purpose.
It is, yeah.
And I don't know what the reason. I don't know what the connection is with the Dodgers organization in Bristol.
Bristol
They
Blues.
may
Bristol,
have had. They may have been there at some point.
Q shot.
You know, in Connecticut, Bristol, Connecticut, the home of ESPN. This is where this team is from.
All right.
That was one of the things that I really thought the National Pride hit the nail on the head when they said our uniforms are going to, you know, emulate the Dodgers.
I'm gonna venture a guess that maybe the founder of the Bristol Blues, his favorite team might have been the Dodgers.
It's the it's a Grammy-winning choreographer, I believe, or Grammy-winning production guy.
Oh,
who owns it?
A lot of times those guys are LA based, aren't they? The music people.
Yeah.
It was probably available to the whole color scheme. Keith Grant has thrown a full count here to Anthony Midori, who flied out to right his last time up. He's 0 for 3 in the game, looking for his first hit. Silver Knights looking for an insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th. They're up 6-5. They do have a closer warming.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Nicely played by Garrett Blaylock, but he throws it away. And that will allow the runner to go to second.
Now, it's funny, John. The runner is looking back at the throw, right, at the play, as he's rounding second. Right? That's Baduri, correct?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Why was he looking at BJ Everett, who has that's who you should be looking at as the runner.
You should be.
You should be.
You should trust in your third base
right,
coach.
and Nevertte's got the stop sign up. He wouldn't have even had to take that big turn.
It's not like my men's league game where they throw anybody to coach third, and sometimes they get caught watching and they have no instructions for you whatsoever.
Right.
It's this guy, BJ Neverett. He was telling him what to do. He just has to look over.
He's got to look over, and he looked behind rather than ahead.
Yeah.
Be watching the third base coach the whole way.
Those are playground instincts too,
It is.
Your own
I'd be
speed.
looking behind.
Yeah.
That's instinctive.
Right, but you got to learn to ground ball. Gobbled up again, and this is a good throw this time.
They're going to go to third. Nobody covering. Smart play.
Yeah.
Here I was telling him, not watching the coach. Now I don't know if Neverett signaled for him to come or not, but as I was watching the runner.
By the way, did you give him a two-base error on that, or was it an infield? It was an error, right, by the third.
Two-base
error. Two-base error put him at second.
He threw it over his head. He was going to be out if he had a good throw.
Yeah.
So the Silver Knights 90 feet away from an insurance run.
That was Aiden McDermott that grounded out there to third and allowing Midori to scramble over to third base. And you're right, they need a 2-out hit here from Ted Williams, who's batting for the 5th time in this game here in the 8th inning. Takes the fastball up. 1-1 is the count. Williams is 1 for 4 with a stolen base and a run scored. One and 2 is the count. Who's that warming up for the Silver Knights, Tom? Is that the closer? Ground
we'll
ball
get
to
into
first
that in a
baseman. Morauka steps on the bag and let it go to the top of the ninth.
So he won't have as easy, maybe. A little bit more pressure on him. It should be Ryan Cavelli. Unless Jandro comes
Number
back.
14, says our cameraman Tim O'Neill. On the spot. You're right. It is Cavelli.
Yes, but is Jandro coming back?
Oh, good question.
I think that's him, isn't it? That's Jandro.
Yeah, he came right out of the dugout.
He came right out, right? Yeah, he went right to the
mound. He
struck
out 5 guys in 2 innings.
And
already.
I think they're going to stick with him because of the way he's thrown.
But
here's the thing. Cavelli thought, I'm coming in. He started walking off the mound in the bullpen.
And they're sending him back up.
Well,
to
here's the thing.
Bullpen mound.
Kyle Murphy had been the closer.
Yeah.
But Northeastern is going to use Murphy as a starter. At least the plan is to use him as a starter next year. So
did they get in touch?
I don't think so. They may have made their feelings known. Mike Glavin, the head coach, may have made his feelings known. But Murphy, who's been very good as the closer, I think he's only blown one save, if that, is now a starting pitcher. And you know what? They need him because of the number of injuries to the rotation, and they've had some pitchers leave and things like that. So Cavelli, who was basically the 8th inning guy, now moves into the closer's role.
Good guess, but it's barbecue. Finally,
Cavelli wasn't quite lights out. But let's see how he does as a closer if he has to come in. If there's a base runner, Jandro is not going to finish this game. But the way he's looked, you're right, so impressive.
let's go, Knights. Leading off for the Blues, center fielder number 15, Chris Davis.
So to the top of the 9th we go, and it's going to be a rare 3-inning save for Jason Jandro if he can do it.
The winning pitcher as it stands right now would be Dylan Stimson.
2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Bristol Blues.
Yes.
Chris Davis, Jake Frasca, and Ben Maycock. So no easy task for Jandro.
Not at all.
Strike.
And that's the thing. Jandro's got to throw strikes. He can't have any free passes. Bristol gets on there. You're probably going to try to see. You'll probably see them try to run or bunt or do certain things to get runners over in a one-run game.
Pop up in
out of play.
Out of play. So this is the 9th batter the minimum that Jandro has faced since coming into the game. Actually, 1 over the minimum, I think. And on deck is 2 over the minimum. On deck is Frasca, the only batter to get a hit off. I mean, he lined a 91-mile-an-hour fastball left field.
It led off against him.
Right. So you don't want to put the leadoff batter on.
Jandro's always thinking strikeout right now. because he's got that groove, but he overthrew that pitch.
Right. And
this is a big pitch here. I don't think you want to go 3-2 on this guy. And he is.
Yeah, it's gone 3-2.
He's overthrown.
Reminds me of that at bat that Bonneke had, Tom. Of course, this is not the same type of bat, but it's 3-2, and that was like the at bat of the season so far. You get the lead, go ahead run. He got the RBI after fouling off 0-2 pitch after 0-2 pitch. And there's a leadoff batter that's walked.
just overthrown, in love with the strikeout, and
I think that they're going to go to the bullpen, I think.
I haven't seen Neverett come out. Now here he comes, yep. All right, so that's it. So leadoff walk by Jandro, and that's not going to be a 3-inning save. And that's exactly what you didn't want to see, the free pass.
Yeah.
Because now, Frasca, the number 3 hitter.
The best hitters in the order are due up for Bristol.
Yep. Do you have Frasca bunt? I probably would.
I would not, because he's your RBI and home run guy.
He's your third guy.
He's got 5 home runs on the season.
Right.
He showed an ability to turn around a fastball, his last at bat.
And Covelli will throw that. He'll throw the fastball. Jandro gets a hand.
Does he have a personal catcher? It looked like they had a catching change. Yeah.
You would like to run the bases, line up by the third base line after the final out.
So Janik comes out and all suited up to catch for the Silver Knights is Kyle Maurice.
Tonight's winner
Teddy
of the dirtiest car in the
Baudet.
That's Teddy Baudet, number 30.
It's Baudet.
Baudet.
And if I'm not mistaken, aren't they teammates?
Northeastern.
Yeah, there you go. That's why.
Again, that's 3-4.
Baudet catches him at Northeastern.
So
Baudet, who had a grand slam the other night.
No easy task in this situation for Ryan Covelli. He has to face the 3, 4, 5 hitters.
And it's a good move by Neverett, because if I'm not mistaken, this is Covelli's first real closer appearance since they made the switch. So I'm pretty sure that's the deal. Want to make him feel as comfortable as possible.
Yep. Pretty good breaking ball there. Slider from Covelli warming up. He can command that. He's going to be tough. There it is again.
.65, 12 hits for the Knights, 10 hits for Bristol. They've made 2 errors, the Blues have, and the Knights have made, Silver Knights have made 1. Almost 1,000 here at Holman Stadium, not quite. 979 is the announced attendance. I don't even think it's announced. I think that's pretty much what you have.
Oh, I misread that. That's Covelli goes to Franklin Pierce.
Oh, so they're not at the same school.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And
it would make sense if they did.
See if hometowns are anywhere close. Medford, Mass. for Covelli, and Teddy Baudet is from Franklin, Mass.
Well.
So the batter is Jake Frasca. He's got 5 home runs on the season for Bristol. Big swing and a miss. 85 miles per hour on the side-arming fastball from the right-handed closer.
Ryan Covelli. To watch the runner at first base.
Potential tying run is Chris Davis.
Center fielder, you know he's got speed. Yeah, they put the wrong guy on. I mean, that's just not a good idea by Jandro. Ahead in the count. There he goes.
Swing on, and it gets away from Baudet.
No chance. No chance. Tying run at second base, nobody out. Leadoff walks, John Collins.
Yeah, leadoff walks.
They are brutal in the 9th inning. The one thing Jandro had to stay away from, but he couldn't help himself because he thought he could blow it by everybody because he had the 5 Ks.
13 stolen bases coming into this game. That's number 14 stolen base.
And don't be surprised if he tries to take third.
Oh, yeah, for Chris Davis. A threat to take third.
Covelli's got to watch him.
And he does.
Yep.
Another reason why they don't have Frasca hit is because Davis can just steal the base for you.
That's it. You don't have to. You didn't have to have
bunt.
a bunt. Now you get your number
yeah.
3 power RBI guy in a perfect situation to try to tie this game on an 0-2 count.
Wow.
Just a piece.
Barely.
Just barely a piece. So that what he's got to do here, if I'm Covelli, is you've got to come inside, tie him up, because he comes from the side a little bit.
He does a lot.
You know, so
you can see where he sets up on the rubber. He's practically
exactly
got his heel on the third base side of the rubber.
So you know, if you can come inside, rather than just completely waste the pitch, but you don't want to hit him.
I hate that.
I hate this.
He doesn't even have a lead, really.
I'll tell you
He's
what,
just trying not to get a running
was
start.
setting up on the outer half of the plate.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
It looked that way.
Crossfire delivery.
Let's see.
Let's see. He doesn't want to hit him with the pitch, I guess.
Want to tip off the runner at second either as to where the pitch is going to be. He sets up on the outside.
Rips it. What a play by Cam Cook. He's crossed the diamond and he makes the play.
That's Cam Cook. He's, in my mind, Cam Cook is the best all-around player on this team.
The best defensive play of the game coming in the 9th inning by the Silver Knights' third baseman, Cam Cook.
He is the best all-around player on this team. He gets on base, he can drive in runs, he can run the bases, he can play defense. His signing midway through last season is one of, in my mind, one of the top 3 reasons why this team won the FCBL championship.
Well, high praise there for Cam Cook.
He took over third base, and defensively he stabilized it. And then he did the job on, getting on base. He gets on base all the time. He's just a smart, steady player.
Ben Maycock is the batter.
Let's see if they can turn this into something. You hate
Big
to see
slugger.
that kind of a play wasted.
Maycock's 2 for 4. One of his outs was a long fly out to right. He's got a tremendous amount of power at 6'4" and
Gotta be careful.
245 pounds.
Gotta be careful of the wild pitch here because
Fouls it.
Because what Maycock can do is if you get the runner over to third, he'll hit him home with a sac fly.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
he can send it deep.
Yeah, and Blaylock, Tom, who's on deck, has 3 hits in this game. Another left-handed batter. So it's no easy task here for Covelli. Ground ball at the second baseman. Ted Williams gobbles it up. The runner goes to third, but there are now 2 outs. And it's up to Garrett Blaylock. Six to 5, the Silver Knights lead it. They're 1 out away, but 90 feet away from tying it up are the Bristol Blues.
And boy, would you hate to see, Baudet has got to block pitches. You would hate to see this run score on what you see almost every game. Wild pitch.
We've seen one earlier in the game.
Or a pass ball.
Yeah, we saw a pass ball for a run scored earlier in the game.
Drama here at Holman Stadium on a Sunday evening, July 2nd.
The pitch stays outside to Garrett Blaylock. He singled in the second, fourth, and fifth innings. He got caught looking by on a strikeout by who's the pitcher before this? Jandro. Ripped to right.
It's going to hang up.
And it is caught. What a tremendous catch to end the ball game by Anthony Midori, who took it off the blades of grass. And it was that close, 6-5, and a diving catch. 2 diving plays by the Silver Knights to seal it.
Amazing. And Midori, I thought, made that tougher than it needed to be. I don't think he got a good view of that.
Not a great
view. He
view.
realized it was not going to reach him unless he charged it. You know, that ball hung up just enough, and he was able to grab it right on the tip of the blades of grass, as you described it, John Collins. A big win for the Silver Knights. Doubleheader tomorrow. Let's see if they can put a streak together because they really need
Wow,
to.
Maduri, who nearly came out of the game with that hustle play into the bullpen in the dirt over there, stays in the game to make the game-saving catch. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins, thanking our cameraman Tim O'Neill for another outstanding job behind the lens. Thank you for watching. A 6-5 victory for the Nashua Silver Knights over the Bristol Blues here at historic Holman Stadium on a Sunday, July 2 of 2017. Happy 4th of July holiday and good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.